Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Life's a Fight. I'm here with an absolute a great man. You know, he's a very, very colourful character. He's been through his ups, his downs. We're going to dive right into it. You know, he's spreading a really good message. You know, from obviously I've been watching him from a distance now from a while. You know, and I'm so excited to get in and have a chat with him. Fred Nagi, welcome.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good, my brother. You know, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for coming, my bro.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
It's
a pleasure being here.
And it's a pleasure to have you here, my
Thanks,
brother.
my
You know,
man.
just your energy, look. You know, you give. I can tell you're a give respect, get respect type of bloke.
100.
And you know, even just from having this conversation with you now, mate, I'm really excited, obviously, to dive right into it. You know, so if there's anything you don't want to talk about, I know you've on your neck you've got a tattoo there. What does it say?
Which one?
Yeah, which one? I can see from a distance it says no comment, but we'll dive in, mate, and we'll let's just have some fun. So, Freddie, mate, look, for everyone that knows you, mate, what's your full name?
Farid.
Your full name, your first name is Farid?
Farid Nagi, yeah.
Nagi, okay. Because I was just talking to you before, I'm mates with one of your cousins, Moe.
Moe, the boxer.
Moe, the
Nagi,
boxer. Yeah.
From EFF.
Yeah. Is it a big family that you've got?
Yeah, pretty big.
The Nagis. And
Yeah.
what area did you grow up in?
Punchbowl.
You grew up in Punchbowl,
Yeah.
and still around that area now?
No, I moved out to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Then I moved to the Shire. I've been
Yep.
there for 20 years.
Yep.
I just had to sort of try to get out of the area, you know?
Yep. The areas where it's just full of swings and roundabouts. It's a
Yeah,
bit chaotic.
look, my family's still there, you know. I go visit my parents all the time and my relatives, but for me, I just had to make that move.
Yeah, I can understand that. Freddie, I'm sitting here looking at you, and then I'm sitting here looking at there's a black bag on the table, Freddie. Do you mind? What's in that comment? What's in that bag? Sorry.
No comment, brother.
No, go. I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yeah.
So let's dive into obviously the start of your life. You've obviously had a very colourful life. From speaking with you earlier, it was at a very young age. You
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
14. Let's start from there.
Yeah, about 13, 14,
13.
12, somewhere there.
Yep.
Yeah.
What up? So tell me about your upbringing.
Okay, so I'm one of 8 kids, and my older brother was born here. My parents moved here from war-torn, you know, to give us a better life.
Yeah.
So obviously my dad came here. You know, they had my older brother. He's a couple of years older than me. And mum and dad were working. Dad was like working 2 or 3 jobs. And they wanted to like finish, you know, they wanted to save, buy a house. And then the doctor said to mum, look, you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not ready to have another one. And so because they were working hard, they went overseas, had me there,
Yeah.
left me with my grandma. Mum came back. So my grandma raised me for a couple of years.
Wow.
And then a few years later, like, then my uncle came over, brought me to Australia. So I'm born in Lebanon.
Yep.
My granddad's Egyptian. On my dad's side, my grandma's Turkish, but my mum's full Lebanese.
Wow. What age were you when they brought you back here?
Like, just under 3.
Under 3.
Yeah.
And how were you growing up through your obviously primary school years?
Okay, so then my other uncle came, and then they would call me like, you're not Fred Nagi, you're Fred Ali Ahmed, because we raised you.
Okay.
Because I got 9 uncles and 4 aunties.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, 13 kids.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, I don't know if it made a barrier between me and my other siblings.
Yep.
That like I was different or something, and they were like, "No, you're one of us. You're not a Nagi."
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and so I think that started playing on my head a bit.
Yep.
I felt like, why would my parents go to Lebanon, have me there,
Yeah.
and come back a few weeks later? Like, did they not want me?
Yep.
Like, and I sort of always was getting in trouble at school.
Yep.
Because I didn't know English properly.
And you didn't know where you fit
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Like I started primary school at Greenacre Public, and didn't know how to speak English, and felt like different.
Yeah. Can you still talk in
Arabic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I speak Arabic.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, because my dad and my mum taught me, you know.
Yep. So you obviously had that unsure of obviously where you fit in, you know, who was your whatever it may have been.
Yeah.
Were you an angry kid, or what type of a kid were you?
Look, I used to get bullied a lot at school.
What for?
Just for not being able to speak English properly in primary. I was a naughty kid. I was just naughty.
Yeah.
I just didn't like to be told what to do.
Yeah.
I was sort of doing my own thing from a very, very young age.
Yeah.
And obviously growing up in Punchbowl, walking to Punchbowl public school, like Dad would make me and my older brother hold hands and walk to school.
Yeah.
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 And my parents weren't well off.
Were they strict on you?
Not too strict, but like we didn't really have spending money in primary. Other kids would shout me stuff, and we just like my dad and mum worked really, really hard, man.
I love that. And
it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
And a lot of people would be able to relate to that as well, But so your parents were quite strict on you?
In a way, yes. And I didn't get like everything I got was secondhand.
Yeah.
Like I'd buy a BMX bike.
Yeah.
Like Dad would take us to the markets. I'd buy like secondhand shoes, secondhand tops. Because Dad, like I knew we weren't well off compared to all the other kids.
Yeah.
So I felt like a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Wanted to fit in.
Yeah.
And I just loved fighting from a young age.
Yeah.
I'd get into punch-ups to school every day.
Were you the youngest? Were you the oldest?
No, I'm the second oldest out of 8 kids.
And was your older brother born in Lebanon too?
No, he was born here. My mum went and had me there. So this is why this all played on my head.
Yeah.
So my mum had me there, came back, and then had another 6 kids.
Yeah.
And my uncles would be like, see, you're the only one that's born in Lebanon.
Yeah.
You're an Ali Ahmed, you're not a Nagi from a young age. And I sort of felt like, you know what I mean? Like, why did my parents go have me there? Like, they didn't want me.
Yeah.
Like, am I...
So when you had a question or you wanted some advice, or there was, everyone, they might look up to their mum, their dad.
Yeah.
You obviously were raised from a young age by your grandma for a certain period.
Yeah.
Who was that person that sort of you felt like was your one that you looked up to?
I was close with my grandma.
Your grandma.
Yeah.
So if you got in trouble and someone sort of said, come on, Fred, pull your head in, who was the one that you'd listen to most?
Mum would get my uncles to pull me up.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones that would always go bail me out of the cop shop.
Yeah.
From the age of 13, 14, 15, because Dad's at work.
Yeah.
So my uncle would rock up at King's Cross Police Station at 3 a.m. and what'd you do? And I'd have black eyes and cuts and dramas. And then he'd come and get me out of that cop shop, different uncles. And because Dad was just working late nights and 2, 3 different jobs. It was just very, very hard. Like, Dad wasn't home much.
Yeah.
So I was just running amok.
Can you see, look, obviously from the Greenacre area or whatever area it may be, can you see a lot of your family in a lot of other families? Like, is that quite common to be quite big families?
Yeah,
you listen to your uncles, you listen to your cousins?
Bro, yeah.
Yeah. And
we love big families.
Yeah.
And it's good to have big families,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm Māori. You're obviously Lebanese, Indigenous, whatever you may be.
Yeah.
We've all got a lot of cousins,
Cousins come in dozens, bro. Especially in the area.
Absolutely. Oh, there'd be plenty there, too.
Yeah.
Now, so when was the first time you got in trouble? Because obviously you obviously did a fair bit of time inside. When was the first time you said you got in a lot of fights? Did that ever get you in trouble?
Yeah, look, I had my own desk outside the principal's office at Punchbowl Public School. I wasn't allowed in class.
Yeah.
That's where my desk was.
Yeah.
So they didn't want me in the classes.
And it was just fighting?
Just fights after fights after fights. Because I always Dad would watch Bruce Lee and Kung Fu, Chuck Norris and all that. Look, and I just loved it.
Yeah, it's funny. I can relate to that as well, and a lot of kids can relate to that. You think, fuck, I want to be the best fighter. You might see your cousin fight or whatnot, But looking at, you're obviously older now, I am as well, and I've fought myself too. But looking at all the younger kids that want to get in fights, would you say that's cool, or would you say being a good kid's cool?
Being a good kid's cool, man.
Yeah.
100 times over.
Yeah.
Being a good kid, is way better because that other path, it starts with wanting to get into fights.
Yeah.
Then it starts with all the boys hanging around you because you're a good fighter.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened with me. Then by the time I was 14, I was in the Bankstown Lions.
Yeah.
Anita Hamden was with the Marrickville Legends.
Yeah.
With the Lewisham boys,
Yeah.
Like there'd be meetups at parks and
yeah.
And
then a lot of the time when you can fight, people are calling you and you're fighting everyone
bro,
else's fight.
I was that was part of my bullying.
Yeah.
Fred, go crack that bloke.
Yeah.
I'd be at the cross, 14 years old, with all the older boys from Bankstown, the area, and Belmore, all that crew.
Yeah.
Fred, carry this.
Yeah.
Go give him that. Start that. Next thing, the bloke's on the floor, everything's gone off him.
And because you're young, and it does happen a lot these days as well, a lot of older boys do get the younger boys to do a lot of that type of
and I felt like, wow, I'm hanging out with the older boys,
Yeah.
Like I thought, like everyone knows, Fred's with all the older boys from Bankstown and Punchbowl and hanging out with the older crew. No one can mess with him.
Yeah.
Punchbowl boys, I had all my uncles, always get into fights. My uncles would back me up.
Yeah. And it's a slippery slope.
It's very slippery, bro, and it's a fine line.
Yeah.
Because you can go that way, you can go that way. There's no in between.
Yeah. And a lot of, because look, I can relate to this because when I was young, you know, my dad was as colourful character as when I thought I want to be the best fighter. I would do the same. I would stick up for everyone. But you sort of grow out of it as well. And I know a lot of people, Fred, they do look up to you, you know. So a lot of people are thinking, fuck, I'm the best fighter. I've got all these cousins. Everyone knows that I'm connected. I got a problem. My cousin will stick up for me. So what are you going to say to those kids to try to help stop them from...
Look, if you're in the wrong... If you're just doing it because you want to be somebody that you're not, like, don't go down that path.
Yeah.
Stay true, stay you. Don't try to be someone else because everyone else is already taken.
So true.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The boys would come, Freddie, we're going to have a fight after school. This guy wants to fight you, that guy wants to fight you. And I'd punch on with everyone.
Yeah.
And then before I knew what I was training at Belmore Boys, I was like 14 years old. And Hussey, Billy, Skinny, they were training there. Nader Hamden would come train there.
Yeah.
You know, and they'd say, this guy's picking on me. I'll just run out. Who?
Yeah.
Blokes like that, I'll just run out and start throwing them, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't care. And you know what? 9 out of 10, I'd win.
Yeah.
And then I got that reputation. I'm calling Fred. Fred's coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred, come here, come there. I'd go for walks, parks, train rides to the city, back lanes, after school, Punchbowl. Everyone knows, in the park.
Yeah.
Punchbowl Park was it was my second home for fights.
Yeah.
It was like a boxing ring. We'd all meet up there, pop, 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 pop. And all the boys from the area know.
I know exactly. You know, I know Nader and I'm good mates with his son, Haas, you know. Years ago, you'd meet up in the park and everyone would have
that's what happened when the Marrickville Legends and the Bankstown boys all rocked up.
Yeah.
And then I looked and Nader's like, is that you, Fred? I'm like, is that you, Nader? And then everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
And we go, mate, this is done.
Yeah.
You know, we're tight, you know?
Yeah.
Nader would train with us at Belmore Police Boys. And then I got locked up a couple of times in boys' homes. And I think Nader Hamden was in Mount Penang. Then they brought him down to play football with us at Yasma.
Yeah.
Or was it Minda? Nader would remember. I think it was Minda or Yasma, one of the boys' homes. And, you know, I'm like, Nader. He's like, wow. So we played football. Then they wanted to bring out food. They brought out food.
Yeah.
And me and Nader like, man, that's not halal.
Yeah.
They're like, look, Fred, Nader, like, we'll make his halal pizza.
Yeah.
So they made us one without bacon.
Yeah. It's funny that they say, you know, a lot of people when you're young, you get in fights and then you end up becoming good mates with them.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. Like, but me and Nader never got into a punch up.
Yeah.
You know, we always had that respect.
Was he quite a respected person?
Mate, much respected.
Yeah.
Mate, out of the Marrickville Legends, he would have been the best fighter out of them.
Yeah.
And out of the Bankstown Lions, I don't like big noting, but I come from.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone knew it.
Yeah, well, mate, I've heard that as well, and I've seen recently, which we'll get into as well.
Yeah.
But I want to talk, look, years ago, you'd meet up at the park. I could relate as well. We'd meet up, you'd have a punch on, you'd settle your differences. The sad part is nowadays all the kids think, fuck, I've got this, I'm tough. What are you saying to all these kids that are carrying around with weapons?
You haven't got it, you ain't tough.
Yeah.
You haven't got it. You got it because you've got it up here that you got it. Because your mates are telling you got it. Because they're trying to convince you got it. Or, like, sometimes your mates can be envious of you.
Yeah.
Because they want to be the leader of the gang. Or they want to be the one everyone's looking at. Yes. And all the girls want. And with the name. So your mates might set you up. You don't know. Because in that life, as you get older, like when we're kids, we're sort of a bit innocent, you know. We're punching on that. Yeah. But there's still envy and hatred and bullying at a young age.
Yeah.
You know, even at primary school, there's bullying with your own friends.
Which is sad, you know.
It's very sad.
It's almost like, you know, you'd see now what you're doing, and you've got a bit of you've got a social media following.
Yeah, yeah.
You almost find your biggest fan is someone that you don't know, and someone that can be so envious of you or jealous of you.
Mate, there's haters everywhere, brother.
Yeah.
And there's people that genuinely respect you and love you for who you are.
Yes.
Because I'm me. I'm not going to change.
Never change. And you said a quote before, don't change. Don't try to fit in to be anyone else because everyone else is taken.
They're taken, brother.
You know, and I wanted, like, going back on that topic now, you know, kids pulling weapons, pulling knives. I believe a big thing is because that's their role model that they look up to.
And another thing, look, man, I love my dad. I love all my uncles, but I used to get pumped, bro.
Yeah.
I was a kid disrespecting my mum, being naughty. Like, my uncles would pull me in line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking, pull me in line.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go into detail.
Yeah.
But I deserved what I got.
Yeah.
Because talking to me didn't work.
Yeah.
Just didn't work. I didn't want to listen to anyone.
Yeah.
I just felt like, nah, that's it. Mum and dad didn't want me. You know, mum went overseas, had me there, came back, left me there, had all my other brothers here. No, I don't care. Like, I was rebelling at a young age.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to fight. I wanted to be somebody.
Yes. I can relate to that as well. But you know why I can relate is because I can guarantee 90% of kids that are growing up will be able to relate to that as well.
Yeah.
You know, and then you feel like, oh, you grow out of it as you grow older, you know?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. You obviously said that you went through boys' homes. How did all that happen? Was that through the confusion?
Well, like I just wanted to do my own thing.
Yeah.
They'd be like, the school rang me. Like I went from Punchbowl boys to Bankstown boys to Birrong boys to Nawi boys. Like even at Nawi, like Ahmed Harachi was at that school. We'd catch the bus together. Like I went to Bankstown boys, you know, and I went to Bankstown boys. Like I shouldn't like talk about any crimes I've done, but it wasn't my car.
Yeah.
It was in my hands.
Yeah.
Then cop was coming to the class, and I'm trying to tell the teacher like the school Punchbowl boys, all the boys give me a hard time. Yeah. That's why they kicked me out. She's like, oh, it's all good. Then the coppers come in.
Yeah.
Like Fred, the principal just saw you park that car outside the office. You're under arrest. Bang, gone. Then I got arrested my first day at Bankstown boys, ripped out of my class.
Yeah. And do you find the system, once you go in at a young age, do you find it's because a lot of people go out of jail and they come back in. What is some advice for any young kids that sort of go in it, you know, that find themselves?
Look, man, there's no life inside.
Yeah.
You know, you're under 24-hour surveillance. You can't do what you want. You eat, you sleep, you got to, you know, roll call, whatever it is. Like, they check your rooms. You keep getting raided in your rooms. You've lost all your freedom. You know, and then, like I got brothers that died. I got, like, you know, part of some of my gangs and boys that I grew up with and family members and boys from the area. And some of them are in wheelchairs from bullet wounds. Yeah. Some of them are on the run overseas because they can't be here because they're going to get done or they're going to get knocked. Some are doing life. Some are doing life, brother. Like when I say life, that means your life's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're doing life. Like, their mum's got to get up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning to try to make it to Goulburn jail by 7:30 a.m. to get in early to see her son. Then the dogs pat her down and take her scarf off and they want to check if she's got drugs in her hair and pat her down and shit. Like, you know, our mums don't need to go through that. Like, there's mums that are going to keep going there and they're going to die on their way there because their sons are doing life never to be released.
Yeah.
You know, there's brothers that have gone to funerals and they haven't let them come to their mum or dad's funeral, the jail, because it was too early, or he died that day and they buried him that afternoon, like, and they couldn't get it through the system. So, like, you want to be there for your mum and dad, especially at an old age. You want to look after your parents, and you can't do that.
I understand. And so for any kids that want to go down that life of crime, think I've got all the cousins in the world, I'm a good fighter, I can use this or use whatever. What are you saying to these kids?
That's abusing your power. That's abusing your family, and that's the wrong path to take. Because the right path to take is do what's good, and stay away from anything that's evil and harmful.
Yeah.
Because look, you might be a good fighter, yeah. You might be knocking everyone out, yeah. But there's always that one bloke that wants to get your back.
Yeah.
He might come knife you.
Yeah.
They might come spray your house.
Yeah.
Some people want collateral damage.
Yeah.
Some people are just twisted, brother.
Yeah.
They're not all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are just loose. They're loose. Some are ruthless. Some have no fear of God. You know what I mean? Because when I found Allah, when I found God and I repented and I was sincere, I felt at ease.
Yeah.
I felt at ease because it's all an illusion. It's all fake. It's a dark, dead end.
So for a lot of these kids growing up, it's because their role model might be their big uncle who's the best fighter.
That's it.
Or their cousin who's a gangster.
Or a president of that bikie gang or a leader of that crime family. And so that automatically programmed in your mind is now you're somebody.
Yeah.
Wow. Like you could be the biggest Gronk. Well, I don't want to use the word Gronk.
Yeah.
Because there are Gronks out there, fake wannabes.
Yeah.
But you could be just a normal person that's not known. And then next thing, one of your family members is just been done for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then you go to school, or you go show your mates, oh, look at my uncle. Look. Then you start thinking, oh, wow, is that your uncle that done that? Yeah. So automatically you feel like they're starting to get scarier.
Yeah.
Because your uncle's now someone. So you start thinking you're someone.
Yeah.
So you want to be your uncle. You want to be that power. You want to be that, you know, look at me, that respect, those nice cars, the ladies, the big watches, you know, the big money.
You understand that because you obviously had a role model that you looked up to like that. Is that right?
Yeah.
So to any kids like that, who is a good role model that you believe, say if you're talking to a younger self, who's a role model that you would say, this is the type of role model that you should have? Is there anyone that comes to your mind?
Look, someone that everyone loves, someone like Sonny Bill Williams, someone like Anthony Mundine, you know, that was a sportsman, a good role model. Like people like that I look up to, you know what I mean? People that aren't into crime, people that aren't into like, look at me, people that will shake your hand. Like you see Sonny Bill, he'll come hug you, hey brother, oh, can I have a photo with you? Like I see kids having photos with him. Like there was a time where he took off his, like his, when they give you those things, when they won the game, and the little kid ran to hug him, and the security grabbed him, grabbed the kid, tackled him. He's like, leave him. He put it around his neck, hugged him, took him to his mum. Like, you know, people that like, with hearts like that. You know, you want to be like that. Exactly. That's a role model.
Yeah, because that's the type of role model you want, obviously, because the other role model, it might seem all hunky-dory at the time, but, you know, it's a slippery slope.
It's a very slippery slope.
Yeah. So did you obviously mentioned you went to a fair few schools. Did you end up going to high school, or were you caught up?
I think I got to year 9, but I was always in and out of boys' homes.
Yeah.
And like, I'd come out of the boys' homes, and the boys, oh, like, Fred, rock up to school, gold chains, watches, car outside that's not mine that I just pulled up in. Everyone's like, oh. So the kids started looking up to me, all my mates and that. So I felt like, wow, you know what I mean? Long hair, started getting tats from the age of 13, 14, and started thinking like, I want to be that big gangster. I want to be that big, hectic bloke.
A lot of your influence were your older cousins, uncles, whatever it may have been. Was any of this influence from the life of crime through your substance abuse in which you started at a young age?
100%.
Can we talk about that a little bit? How did all that start?
Look, probably from when I first cut that window, the mesh with a blade, and jumped out of the front of the house because I wasn't happy that I wasn't allowed out and I was always in trouble. Like I think I was 13 or 14, jumped out, said that's it. Because I was going to do it, then I'd be scared. I'm going to run away, then I'd be scared. And then I'm like, no, I need to be me. I need to do my own thing. I just left home. Cut that window, jumped out of the front, gone. Because coppers were always coming to my house from that young age. Like there's a lot there, but I just don't want to say it.
Which is fine. Now, the substance abuse, you know, look, I'm involved in that a lot. You know, I do a lot of work at rehab. I've struggled myself, you know, because it's a lot of the people, they think, oh, just try this once, try that.
That's exactly how it starts. That's
so,
exactly how it starts.
You know, it can start just from a simple cigarette at a young age.
Cigarette.
To just have a bit of this beer.
That's it.
To maybe have whatever it may be. So to any kids that sort of thinking, oh, man, this is cool, go to parties or do whatever, you know, it might seem like a little bit of fun at first, but what do you want to say to them?
It starts off as fun, then it becomes so miserable. You start off on a high and then you just drop on a low. And it changes your personality. It changes your mentality. It changes your attitude. It changes everything, brother. It just destroys you. Being sober is a million times better than being high. And I was high for 30 years almost, on and off. You know?
And it's, you know, it really hits my heartstrings because I understand them. It's not just you that it affects. It's your mum, your dad, your brother.
Your wife, your kids, your parents, your neighbours. It affects everyone, bro.
And a lot of people that are inside, a lot of their crimes are from trying to support their addictions. Do you
Mate, I'd wake up sometimes and be like, why am I in a cell? Or what happened? Because I was that gone. Like, I'd wake, bro, did I really hit your car? Yeah, man. Sorry, bro. Like, you'd pass out on the steering wheel or go for days no sleep. Just running amok, bro. It's just putrid. It's so dark, bro.
And speaking of that, look, obviously you've done a number of years inside as well. There are a lot of heavies that are inside as well, but what are the percentage of people that you find they're not, you know what I mean? They're not about that life. They're obviously through there because of their addiction. How many people inside from the drugs do you think are there?
Look, when I didn't go to jail. But I was always in a boys' homes. But a lot of them were in there because of drugs. Because stealing, crime, because you got to do that to get the money to buy the drugs.
You have to.
And you don't know you're going to get hooked.
Yeah.
Like it starts off as, we're just having fun.
Yeah.
We're going out, getting on it, having fun. But then you can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
And then you can't function unless you're stoned or you've had something.
Yeah.
And it starts becoming like that.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about, obviously, you've got a number of tattoos, you know.
Yeah.
Can we talk about a couple of your tattoos?
Yeah, whatever you like, man.
The meaning behind a few of them. So you obviously were a part of a gang.
Yeah, a few gangs, yeah.
A few gangs.
Yeah.
When did you join your first gang?
Oh, age of 14 or something. Bankstown Lions.
Yeah.
And then I was always with all different crime families growing up, all the relatives and different boys from different areas. Then I got mixed up in other families from other areas. I was with Brothers for Life for a couple of years, BFL.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, it's not the path you want to go down. It's not the path. It's a path of destruction.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you were saying that before, you know, you've got nothing against anyone in them, but...
No. I'm still friends with a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are beautiful brothers.
Yeah.
But some are just not.
And for you, it was just something that you thought, from the life of crime to that, it was
you just want to belong to something, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
right.
something that's getting attention, something that's... You think it's something, but deep down, like now I know that it's not.
Yeah. So let's talk about your fighting. You've obviously said you've had a number amount of fights, and there's one in particular I'll talk to you about soon, which is a bit more of a friendly, fun one. But when did you start getting into your fighting? Because the name of this podcast is Life's a Fight. Whether you fight inside the ring, you fight demons, whatever you may be, you can relate to that a lot. Obviously, already we can tell that
we're still fighting, brother.
Every day.
We're still fighting every single day.
Yeah.
We're fighting our anger. We're fighting our financials. We're fighting demons. We're fighting decisions.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I get called, oh, bro, can we do this? And I'm like, I don't want to upset the bloke, but it's the wrong thing to do. Yeah. How do I tell him? Is he going to take it the wrong way? You know, is he on something? Like, what's going on? Why did he end up in that position? Like, we're fighting every day. And you know what? We're going to keep fighting demons.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going to keep fighting till we've left this planet, bro.
Yeah. I always say, to every night there's day, you know, to every beautiful day there's going to be that night.
Yeah.
You know,
you just don't know when it's going to rain.
Exactly right. But anyone that is going through that struggle, you got to remember that the day's just around the corner.
Yeah, and be patient, bro. You got to be patient, bro.
Yeah.
Once I started praying and doing the right thing and going to the mosque and started like snapping out of it and trying to get off the drugs, I just started feeling better. I'm like, man, did I do that?
Yeah.
Like, why have I got these charges? I'm like, you don't remember what you've done because you were that scattered.
Yeah.
You were that gone, like you just don't know.
Yeah.
You just lose yourself. Demons enter your body. They're all around you like you say weird shit, bro.
Yeah. I can.
It's scary, bro.
And it's an ugly life.
Hearing noises.
Yeah.
Like, babe, there's no one there. I'm like, babe, there's someone walking through the roof.
Yeah.
I just seen shadows. She's like, babe, you just need to sleep. Just here, eat, lay down, relax.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't been home for 5 days. You know.
Yeah,
you're scaring me, you know.
I want to tell you this story, Fred, where I won't mention any names. I hadn't seen this bloke that I knew in a few years, and I knew he was doing whatever he was doing. And I was sitting watching the UFC the other weekend, and as I'm watching, going to look over, and I thought, such and such. He goes, oh, Beery. I said, what happened? He goes, mate, I jumped off a building. He goes, man, I broke my spine. He's now a paraplegic.
Yeah, see.
I go, what for? He goes, I was hearing voices.
That's right.
You know, and
that's
I thought,
right.
Fuck, and I sat there and I thought, you know, because you know how many of our brothers, sisters, whatever it may be, get caught in that lifestyle, and when they're in that addiction, it's not them.
Bro, one of the boys that I was growing up with, and we were all tied in together from the area. He was that gone, and he was so scattered, and he got that paranoid. Like it used to happen to me. Like, why did a cop car drive past?
Yeah.
Did my dad call the coppers?
Yeah.
Did my neighbor call the coppers?
Yeah.
Like one of the boys, like I'm not going to say his name, but he killed his dad. He chopped his dad's head off and put it in a toilet bowl, bro, and tied his mum up.
Yeah.
You know, and the coppers like rocked up, and they needed to see a psychiatrist, bro, after that.
That's right.
Yeah, and he was a beautiful brother. Like, he was one of the boys I'd call when I had dramas and back me up, and we'd hang out together and do things together, you know?
Yeah.
And his dad was a beautiful fella, man.
It's sad.
He goes, bro, I can't believe what happened. I don't remember any of it. Because the demons enter your body, bro.
Yeah.
They're called jinn, bro. Yeah. They possess you. Because when you're that far gone and away from doing the right thing and you're into all that evil stuff, evil enters your body, cuz. You can't escape it, man.
Yeah. A lot of people can start it off just casual or through boredom or whatever
Exactly,
it may be.
exactly.
What advice do you give to these people? Do you say, get a job, start a sport? Wow.
100%.
What do you say to these people?
100%. Because you know what it is? Free time is dangerous.
Yeah.
Spare time is dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't have siblings, they're bored.
Yeah.
They don't have someone to play football with or go for a ride around the park. And some people just get bullied, so they feel lonely. So they want to get out of that, like, that feeling. So they might try something and, like, think that they're going to be happy. It's going to get them high. And then they don't realize that they've got a habit now.
Yeah.
And then they've got to support that habit.
Yeah.
Then they start stealing off their mum, stealing off their dad, doing crime, get arrested, and it's just all goes downhill from there.
I can relate to this because I'll tell you, I've been to rehab. I actually went to rehab twice.
Yeah.
I lost my dad and I was someone, Fred. My dad was a colourful character.
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up, with that chip on my shoulder, whatever it may have been.
Yeah.
And I never knew how to talk. I never knew how to cry. I never knew how to sit here and just have a conversation like we are now. And a lot of kids will be able to relate to this. I hit rock bottom after my dad passed away. And I remember I was gambling, drink, whatever it was. And I remember one day I just hit my rock bottom and I was crying to my beautiful mum. And I just was just crying. I said, I'm a piece of shit. But then I reached out for help. And I went and got help.
Look, silence is the biggest killer, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it was the best.
You gotta speak.
Yeah.
You hold it inside, it's gonna explode sooner or later. Because it's just gonna build up. It's like filling up a tank of water. It's just gonna burst like a balloon.
Yeah.
So you gotta reach out. You gotta speak to someone. And you know what? I'm happy to speak to anyone.
Yeah.
You know, we're all here for the younger fellas, the older fellas, because it's not weak to speak, brother.
Yeah, it's not weak to speak.
Yeah, just speak. Just say, look, man, this is what I'm going through. And if anyone looks down at you, because I'm telling you now, that's a shit go. Yeah. The only time you look down at a brother is when you're picking him up.
I did. I got goosebumps when you said that, and to anyone that's out there watching this, look, obviously we've both been through our own journeys, reach out, whether it be to us, one of us, your brother, or someone that you can talk to, trust, whatever it may be, because that might save your life,
And other lives.
When you see your brother struggling, and I want to speak about one of your brothers, like I don't know this, but I could see that he's a good mate. The Aussie mammoth is his.
Yeah, the Muslim Undertaker.
Sorry, yes. So tell me about him. He was hit by a.
Yeah, he had a bike accident, man.
Wow.
And it's cracked his spine, one of the bones. LV3, I don't know about all that stuff. It's 6 broken ribs in a few different places. Yeah. Busted wrist, busted leg. He's recovering,
Have you lost many people in your life?
Yeah, heaps, bro. Heaps of the boys, man. Heaps. Yeah. I've buried heaps. I've washed and buried them with my own hands, man.
Yeah. And someone who we were obviously both friends with, Jackson Tippett.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, rest in peace.
Yeah, Jackson, he was moving into the Shire this week, bro.
Yeah.
It's
crazy how
life can just turn
just like that,
instant. Yeah, it can happen to anyone. Look, everyone knows their birth date, but no one knows their death date.
That's
right.
But
it's already written.
Yeah.
So we always gotta know that tomorrow I might not wake up. So I gotta leave the best example for my loved ones to remember me of something good, not something evil.
Yeah.
So that's why stay away from drugs, stay away from partying, man. Because you know what? It's just the wrong path to take.
Yeah.
Being sober is the best. I've never felt this good in my life.
Yeah.
I
want to talk about that. We talk about, you're obviously now clean and sober. You've got your business. But you obviously were going down that life of crime, having the money. I know it's obviously you can't live with all maybe.
Bro, I had 3 properties in Sylvania. I had 2 waterfronts and another one just off the water. I had the Lambos, the Ferraris. Like I was known as the man with the money.
Yeah.
And all the boys would come to me to borrow money.
Yeah.
And anyone can vouch for what I'm saying, I had 2 waterfronts in Sylvania Waters that I bought. I had all these other properties, but it wasn't legit money.
Yeah.
So it's all gone now. I've lost it all.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm happy because I'm working now. I never used to work.
Yeah.
Like I'd buy and sell cars, I'd buy and sell houses, but now I'm working like halal, lawful money.
Yeah.
I'm in my shop 7 days a week. And you know what? I'm happy, bro.
With that life of crime, you might have all the money, the Ferrari, the girls, whatever it may be, but there's a lot of headaches that come with that as well.
Exactly, and the boys know you got money.
Yeah.
The boys, bro, can you lend me? No, I can't. Bro, I've been your khayf for how long? Yeah. We've been kawis for how long? Mate, your own boys can nab you and tie you up and take money off you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just can't trust anyone in that game. You know, you can trust them to a certain extent. Yes, they got your back, but if they're getting high and demons are running through their head and they're down and out, like they can just turn.
Yeah.
You know, because your true friends is your family, your mum and dad. Like, you know, when you're locked up, you know, my mum and dad would come visit me, and a lot of brothers will even tell you now, like, the only person that's going to go visit them is their mum and dad.
That's right.
Because everyone's just going to forget about you.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to remember your name, then they're going to forget about you. All the boys that are doing life now, go in there and ask them who visits you.
Yes.
Who puts money in for buy-ups. Yeah. Who, like, looks after your family out here.
Yeah, yeah. I always say that, you know, you don't lose friends. You actually end up just realising who the true ones are.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake people out there, man.
Yeah.
You wanted to ask me something before about the fight?
Yeah, so you obviously fought against your dear friend. He goes, yeah.
Outside Underworld Bill.
Yeah. So talk to me about that. Look, I want to say let's go back there. All right. And I love this about you, how we could sit here, I could tell we could talk for 2
years, bro.
2 years, you know, and it's so true because you sit here just 100% yourself.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If years ago, if I'd have tried to talk to you maybe when you're in whatever, say 20 years ago, whatever it may have been, you know, and you would have been a bit anxious to talk about this. I didn't want to talk about
100%.
that.
I think you're undercover cop trying to set me up. As they still do.
Yeah, because as they do. There's coppers there. No, that's not a...
Yeah,
see that there?
Right,
That's a wire.
especially when you're paranoid.
Yeah, that's a wire there. That's you know what I mean? And it's crazy. Now, comparing apples to apples, the life of crime with all the money and whatnot, to you being 100% legitimate now,
Yeah.
which apple's better?
100% being legit.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. And that's the message I want to send. If I can do it, so can you.
And
Don't think, like if you're selling those bags or those kegs or doing those rips or those nabbings or those, you know, whatever you're doing, you don't need to do it. Yeah. Put it down, flush in the bin, go get a job, go do a course, because your mum and dad are going to be there for you, and the true people that love you, that really do care about you, they're going to be happy when you make that decision.
Yes.
They're going to back you up. And they're the ones that are going to back you up when you're down and out anyway.
Yeah.
So you're not really down and out. You've just chosen a better path. You've said, I'm done with that. Because you know what? Like I told you, I've buried so many boys. So many boys are in wheelchairs from gunshots.
Yeah.
A lot of my mates, they can't come back to this country.
Yeah.
They're overseas hiding, whether they're going to get blasted by other families or whether they're going to do life. Like it's a dead, dark end, brother. Yeah. It's gonna end bad. It can't end good.
So how do you take that first step of getting out of it? Because
you gotta accept and be sincere. You gotta say, look, I'm doing the wrong thing here. I'm doing the wrong thing. You got to own it. And I got to sacrifice. I got to get rid of, I got to tell the boys I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Whether you're leaving a bikie gang or your crew or a crime family that you're involved in, whether it's your own brothers and cousins. Yeah. You got to say, look, man, I don't want to just help myself. I want to help them too. Yeah. You got to say, look, I'm done. And you got to just do it, man. A lot of people, yes, they stop, they start, which through my life of crime, I was stopping and starting. And I was like, I don't want to do it. Then I'm down and out. Like even now, I still get tested.
Yeah.
Boys tell me, Fred, let's do this because I'm one good contact to have on side, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone knows me, everyone trusts me, and I can pull any string I want. Yeah. You know, like I'm powerful on the streets. Yeah. And anyone won't deny that.
A lot of people will be able to relate to the fact, and not just the gang life, some people might not be happy with their partner, their job.
Exactly.
And it's just that first step of thinking, asking yourself the question, am I happy doing this?
That's right.
Is it deep down asking yourself
am I doing it for the right reason?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What message am I sending?
Yeah.
Because all the youth that are out there, you can work legit, you can be successful, you can be happy. You don't have to do crime. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Crime's just a dead end. Crime doesn't pay, trust me. Yeah. Even if you're a criminal right now and you're a billionaire, you're gonna cop it. It's something bad, like what goes around comes around. It's gonna come back. You're gonna pay the price. So just repent, pull up. Like I turned to God, you know, alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah. Yeah. And because what happened was I got blasted in 2012 or 13. Yeah. This is while I was in the Brothers for Life gang. Yeah. Like I've covered the Brothers for Life gang tattoo, you know, you can see it there. Yeah. You know, I covered it up. When I left Brothers for Life, I think it was 2014 or something, or 15. And then I was like, oh, I can't be like a lot of them are family and friends, and I love them, and they're my brothers, and I'm still always there for them.
Yeah.
You know, some of them have pulled up, some are dead, some are doing life, some are on the run, and then my brother got cancer in 2016. My brother.
I'm sorry, my brother. I can see, brother. You know, I can see how much you love your friends, your family. You know, even the brothers that you talk about, brother. You know, this is a good emotion. You know, this is a good emotion because they're showing just how much you care, and he'd still be with you, my bro. Do you feel him with you?
Look, my brother Mohammed passed away in 2016, 9 months cancer. You know, and I would see mum and dad every day at Liverpool Hospital from January to September.
Yeah.
I think he passed away on the 28th or 29th of September at like 8:59 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was 2016. He was in and out of hospital, and then he got leukemia, which was a rare cancer. And I was said to myself, man, you know, is this it? You know, is this like I'm looking at my mum and dad suffering and wanting my brother to live, but God chose to take him.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, you know. And we say, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to God we belong and to God we shall return.
Yeah.
And what does God want from us? You know, why did he put us here? And it's not to do crime.
Fred, I don't know if you can just look at my goosebumps, brother. You know,
Yeah.
everyone watching this, some people might not have lost someone. You know, my hairs are standing up because I've lost. This is about you, but a lot of people will lose someone. You know, like we lost Jackson recently.
This is about both of us. This is about everyone, bro. So just.
But everyone's going to lose someone at some stage.
Yeah.
You know,
then my uncle a few years later, and then you know.
Yeah. And
then my brother got it, but he recovered. Alhamdulillah, you know.
Yeah.
Done the chemo.
How does someone bounce back? Do you find that your brother still lives through, or your whoever?
Look, he died on a good path.
Yeah.
You know, he died on a good path. You know, he was like telling kids to get off the street, you know, telling people to turn back to God.
Yeah.
And that's what he done. And he was always teaching me about religion. And
yeah. And we're all going to pass away at some
exactly,
stage.
bro. Exactly. And you wanna leave behind a legacy where people can say, you know what, he done a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, he helped change my life.
Yeah.
You know, it was because of him why because people still reach out.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, I've changed my life around. I watched your video. I watched your podcast. And I threw the drugs out. I went back home. You know, that's what changed my life.
Yeah.
So we need more brothers to step up.
Yes.
And admit that they were in the wrong.
Yes.
And admit that that's not the right path.
Yeah.
And they got to admit and say it how it is because it's on their neck that other people are choosing the wrong path.
Yeah.
Because they know they're role models. Yeah. They know they're in a position where people look up to them.
Yes.
And if they abuse that and send the wrong message, it's a shit go, man.
And that's so true, brother. That's
a
so
shit
true.
go.
That's why it's so important to have role models. Like
100%.
You can relate to a lot of the music videos. I've noticed that it's changed. I don't know how much, but they would talk about jail, knives, whatever it may have been.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to watch.
Yes.
And go through it. Yeah, and go through it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I'm in a gang. Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I believe that right now there's a generation that, look, maybe 15, 16, they think it carrying a weapon because there was a period when they were younger that they were listening to, without mentioning names, stab this, bash this, do that.
Man, growing up in the area, you always had to have a weapon on you, bro.
Yeah.
You know, that's why that's why they set up the task force MIOC.
Yeah.
You know, which is Middle Eastern Organised Crime. That's that tattoo there.
Yeah.
That you were asking me about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, that's Middle Eastern Organised Crime.
Yeah.
I know, you know, and that's why I thought I was a part of a Middle Eastern Organised Crime network. Yeah. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I was with other crime families as well,
not
just Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
You know?
And it doesn't make you tough carrying a weapon, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Because I used to fight on the streets without one, but then I would have to carry one because people pull them out on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then I would have to run.
Yeah.
So if you pull one back out, then I would run.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, you know, you see people get stabbed. Some of the brothers, some are dead. Like a knife can kill you so easily. So put the weapons down, put your fists up, have a crack.
I love that.
You know, and if someone's got a problem, say, look, all right, you want to fight me? Let's go to this gym. We'll do it in the ring.
And
we'll shake hands after it.
And that's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
Yes, Fred.
Because to me, like even when I had the exhibition bout with
Bill Asai.
Yeah, Bill Asai. Like we looked at each other and I said like, because Choc was supposed to have the fight with me.
Yeah.
And then we had the dates mixed up and Choc was going to Perth.
Yeah.
So I go, man, who wants to step up, you know? We're only a week out.
Yeah.
So Bill stepped up. He trained for 1 week, just 1 week training, bro.
Good on him.
And man, we raised so much money, like almost 30 grand.
Yeah.
Because it was a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And we had fun, you know? And I love Bill.
Yeah.
But now Bill wants to arm wrestle me and he's coming to the shop the other day because Harachi can't rematch me.
Yeah.
So it's, look, I love Bill so much. He's a brother.
Yeah.
I've got so much respect for him. And this is a bit of a grudge match arm wrestle sort of thing because he snuck in a few, you know.
I heard it was in the clinch or something.
Yeah, like box house will be like break, and I can feel Bill squeezing me and trying to, and I was, you know, trying to also get the better, but not in a serious way. So what I can say about me and Bill right now, it's like footballers after the game, they all shake hands, their friends, their neighbours, they all hang out. But on the field, it's like a state of origin match.
Yeah, it's serious.
You know, Bill tackled me, you know, head, put my head through the ground.
Tackled you.
Yeah, so I'm going to next game, I'm going to spit tackle him. but we're mates.
Yeah.
You know?
You said that how you respected
So
him.
it's a love, hate, love, respect relationship, but it's more love and brotherhood. Like,
I love that.
If Bill called me right now, I'll drop everything and fly to back him up, bro.
And that's respect. You know, even we talk about
what a gentleman Bill is, man.
He is. And he's turned his life around as well, hasn't
bro,
he?
Bill and myself, like, our past has what's made us the people we are today.
Yeah.
Like, I know Bill will not take $1 that's not halal.
Yeah.
You can go up to Bill and offer him $1 million, anything.
Yeah.
If it's not lawful, say, nah, leave me alone.
Well,
I've put that life behind me. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah.
And he's opening up a second shop, grand opening to be announced soon.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm the same. I got tested a few months ago. You know, a brother came up, offered me $2 million worth of, you know what?
Yeah.
And I'm in debt right now. And I turned around and said, you know what? I repented to Allah. No way I'm going to go back there. I'm not going to go poison someone's kids.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go get that.
Yeah.
And I imagine some mums sitting there at home going, oh, Allah, oh God, destroy the person that's poisoning my kid or getting him to do that crime or getting him to do this and that. Destroy him, destroy his family. Bro, God answers prayers, bro, of the people that are humble, people that are doing the right thing. God answers their prayers, brother.
Yeah.
And when I called out to God, he answered my prayer.
Yeah. Well, you and Bill are the role models that a lot of people that will watch my podcast should look up to, whether they're Muslim or not, because you are role models that have obviously been through that.
Religion, look, religion, my faith is what got me back on track.
Yeah.
And that's what helped me realize what I was doing was wrong.
Yeah.
And Bill's on a good track. Bill's on a good path.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm learning stuff off Bill too now still. And he's probably learning things off me because we talk in that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm still going to beat him in an arm wrestle.
If
if you're watching Bill or if you see this, bro.
You're going to beat him.
It's good to be confident.
It is good to be confident. You know what? And confidence is the killer to a lot of people's dreams as well on that topic.
Yeah.
Whether you want to start your own business, you want to talk
or
to
be
a
a boxer,
be a boxer,
or be a footballer. And you know
Yes.
what? There's always, look, I don't believe anyone loses a fight in a ring.
Yes.
Or in a grapple match. You either win or you learn. But sometimes you let yourself down.
Yes.
Bro, I would go from partying, my heart's racing, straight to sparring, okay? Because I've got a fight in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Like Mick Akaway would say to me, brother, did you jog here? You're sweating. I'm like, just put the gloves on, put the wraps on.
Yes.
Jump in the ring with Nader Hamden, Billy Akaway, Zach Awad, whoever.
Yeah.
Do my rounds. Coach, I've got to go and take off back to the cross.
Yeah. On that topic of fighting, because look, I've fought since I was a kid as well. You a lot of people say, oh, he's the best fighter on the street. He's the best street fighter, different to a boxer. You put the good street fighter. I'm not saying that they're bad street fighters, but you put them in a boxing.
In a ring with someone that's got ring experience.
It's a different.
Real quick, they realise that, I'm not that good of a fighter.
It really is. But I encourage everyone, and like you said, and I really say this, which is why I love what you said, you don't lose, you learn.
You learn.
You know?
Because you'll look back and say, why did I lose that fight?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you got to say, look, the guy's just better than me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
right. And then don't just feel bad because, everyone, like when I used to jump in the ring, bro, I'm like, I can't get knocked out in front of my family and the boys.
Yeah.
I'm Fred Nagi.
Yeah.
I can't lose.
Yeah.
You know, so that pressure would get to me. The anxiety, the fear of losing. I don't care about getting knocked out, but losing in front of everyone, looking bad.
Yes.
So my reputation's on the line.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
And you know when you do fight, because you've got everyone, every Tom, Dick and Harry, they're on the sideline. Even boxers these days, he's shit. Bro, if you're on the sideline, you've never had one fight, don't talk about fighting
and you know
until you
what?
get in
Respect to every bloke
Yes.
that's been in that ring, even if he's only had one fight and
Yes.
lost, because it takes balls to get in there,
It
bro.
does take balls.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like I said, like you don't lose, you learn. And one of the lessons could be, you know what? I had my first fight, I lost. This sport isn't for me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go start playing cricket.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna. But you know what? I went in there.
You had to go.
And keep training.
You had to go.
And keep training.
Yes.
Because then you might jump in, have another one, and just win by
Yeah.
round one. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Because you gotta be patient.
Yep.
In life, you gotta be patient.
Yep.
Everyone wants to be that big millionaire.
Yep.
You gotta get an apprenticeship. Guys that are at high
Yep.
school, you know, speak to your mum and dad.
Yeah.
Start working, even if you work at Macca's after school, or at Coles, or at the corner shop, or at the butcher's after school for a few hours, cleaning a shop. I used to go clean Warrierwood Shopping Centre at the age of 8, 9 and 10 with my dad.
Yeah.
I used to go to John Fairfax at the age of 10, 11, 12, cleaning toilets, scrubbing floors, mopping a whole shopping centre with my dad.
Yeah.
I used to go help my dad.
Yeah.
You know, stick by your family because they're the only ones that are going to stick by you.
Do you have kids now?
Yeah, I've got 4 kids.
Are you strict on them?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Because they're listening, they're doing the right thing, they're working at the moment, you know, my boys. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had what I've had to do with them.
Yeah.
They've seen how I've changed because I wasn't a good role model.
Yeah.
You know, getting rated every day. Like I got rated 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I got FPO, WPO. When you're in gangs,
Yeah.
they issue with firearms prohibition orders.
And they can
Yeah, and like when I was living that life, I wasn't a good role model for my kids.
But you know what, Fred, you are a good role model now.
Inshallah,
How you've
I
left
hope
that
so.
life, you are, my friend. How you've left that life of crime, left all that behind you.
Yeah.
You're clean and sober now, you know, and I love what you do, you know. Look,
Yeah.
you obviously got that order where they've come and raid you, but you're 100% legit.
Yeah, they know, and they still have to come raid me every 3 months to 6 months.
Yeah.
Like to all the dads out there and all the brothers and the uncles and the role models, like your kids are gonna copy what you do. I don't care what anyone says. Your kids are gonna look up to you. They're gonna look up to their mum and their dad. Like all my kids got tats.
Yeah.
I'm coming home, new tattoo, new this, new that. What do you think your kids are gonna do?
That's right. That's who they
I'm coming home with the nice cars, big watches, cash, bundles of money, Lambos. What do you think the kids want?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you start programming them wrong.
Yeah.
So you got to just realize to do the right thing and save yourself and save others.
Yeah.
Because after here, we're going to another life.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
If we're evil and we're harming people, we're going to cop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here or there.
Yeah.
There's always repercussions, right?
Absolutely.
You know, we want to go to heaven, you know? We want our families to go to heaven. We want them to be good people. We want people to look up to them. We want them to go to bed without a worry, you know? We don't want them on the streets, bro.
And there's no like script or guide to being a parent or to being a good parent.
No, because every case is specific.
Yeah.
But like with me, what I've learned, like me praying at home,
Yeah.
doing the right thing, going to the mosque, taking my kids, see them watching me do all that. Okay, so dad's left that and now he's doing that. So now all my kids are praying
Yes.
and they're all working.
Yes.
Because I won't let my kid come home with anything haram.
Yeah.
You know, or doing crime and
Haram-
shit.
haram
I won't
means-
put up with it. Haram money means unlawful money.
Okay.
Money that they've obtained through crime.
Yep.
I will not accept that. I will not allow that.
And it all starts with just one person. You know, you spoke about Anthony Monday. He's a friend
Yeah,
of mine as
I
well.
love Choc, man.
It's funny that because I was speaking to him through the week and he's coming on the podcast
Oh,
too.
wow.
Yeah, and Nader Hamden, you mentioned him and he's coming
Yeah.
on the podcast with us. So I
Oh,
spoke to him
wow,
Monday.
yeah.
But it's just crazy how it starts with one person. You know, you can't change the world. But
No, you
can
can't.
change maybe those around you who can then change those around them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
It's your job to look after your circle,
Yes.
okay, and teach them. Then the circle will just grow and it'll spread.
It really will.
And before you know it, yeah, because if every crew looked after their crew, like every family looked after their family the right way,
Yeah.
it's not my job to go look after everyone's family.
Yeah.
It's my job to spread the right message.
Yeah.
But like your family around you, it's your job to spread the right message and look after them and keep an eye on everything. And if everyone does their part, then everything will get better, you know? Like there's always going to be crime. That's never going to stop, my man.
That's right.
Like I know it, you know it. We can't sugarcoat it. There's always going to be evil people, but there's always going to be good people.
Yes.
And the evil people can become good people when they see the good come out of the good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when we spread this message, you know, those that don't listen, later they're going to go, Fred was right.
Yes.
You know, Barry was right. I should listen to Barry.
Well, you know what, brother? My dad used to say, do as I say, not as I do, because
Exactly,
he was involved in crime.
Exactly.
You know.
But you got to lead by example.
Yeah, yeah.
How am I telling my son not to do this when I'm doing it?
Yeah.
How am I telling my son not to get tattoos when I'm coming home and my neck's all covered in
Yes.
plastic and cream because I just done my whole neck?
Yeah. Which is...
Because I never wanted that for my kids.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
But always being scattered and the money and the boys and like, sometimes it's hard to get out.
Yeah.
And many don't get out. They die. They're still in there. They don't even know where they are anymore.
That's right.
Some of the brothers are on the streets. They're still on drugs.
Yeah.
Some of my mates are still on drugs. Some of the boys.
Fred, a lot of people that will be watching this will look at you and they'll think, if Fred can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
Do you believe in that?
100%.
Yeah.
If you tell yourself you can't do it, you're lying to yourself. It's the demons.
Yeah.
You can do it. There's always a way to do it.
Yeah.
If this isn't working, do this. That isn't working, do that. That's not working. Okay, I'll talk to Barry.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my uncle.
Yeah.
You know, I'll talk to someone.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go ask one of the older boys that's working in there. I can see that guy at the corner shop or that pizza shop. He's got tats. He's got, you know, earrings. But he's working the gym. Like, I'll go speak to him.
Yeah.
I'll be like, bro, like, you working that, but you got tats. Like, I've got a couple of tats.
Yeah.
Like, how? And if they're good people, like, you can always feel the vibe, man.
You can feel, and I believe
The energy, you know, like when someone's, like, you can feel, bro. Because God gives us that, like, futra, like for us to know, like, who's good, who's evil. But sometimes we don't when we're young.
Yes.
Or sometimes we do know that they're no good, but we don't care because we just want to make the money.
Yeah.
I just want to be seen with this bloke because he is who he is.
Yeah.
I look up to him.
Yeah.
But you got the people that are looking up to him for the wrong reason.
Yes.
They're looking up to him for the wrong reason because he's spreading the wrong message because he's doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But some people, they don't want to stop doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
They're 60 years old and they're still in gangs.
Yeah.
They're still like doing the crime.
Yeah. We speak about those people that we see on the streets, you know, and when you're in that crime lifestyle, someone might have walked past you and I guarantee you probably would have eyed them off.
Oh, all the time.
All the time.
Most fights start from that.
They do.
My mate's nearly done, you know what I'm talking about, just because, he looked at me.
He looked at me. But, you know, for anyone that's watching this that sees you on the street, you're saying, come up and say hello.
Come, give me a hug, brother.
Yes.
Come say hello.
Yeah.
You know, ask me a question. I'll answer it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest.
You are.
Bro, I'm doing this. And people reach out to me. And I'll tell them, brother, you're doing that. Once you've stopped that, then come back and see me. And I'll tell you to take the next step.
I love that, brother.
And some don't listen. And guess what? I'll see them on the news.
Yeah.
Or I'll see them, their name is written on a tombstone.
Yeah. Which is so sad.
Yeah, because they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They don't want you to tell them a way to make money or a way to help with their crime life.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear, brother, it's wrong what you're doing. Don't do that. They don't want to hear that.
A real friend or a real person won't tell you what you want to hear.
They'll tell you the truth.
And what you need to hear.
What you have to hear and what you and like even if you gotta like you just gotta own it, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta accept it.
Yeah.
You know, and once you accept it, then everything's gonna come good.
Yeah.
But while you're rejecting it and denying it,
Yeah.
things are gonna go bad.
And the growth I've seen from talking about you as a teenager to where you were
Yeah.
here now, and look, no matter what you do, whether you've got $1 million in your hand, you might still not be happy, you know, or whether you've got no job, you might be happy. But are you happy now? How are you feeling? Obviously, you're gonna have good days and bad days.
Look, I'm happy every single day now because I know I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I know my intention for tomorrow is to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing the right thing and I'm not doing crime, I know God's happy with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the right thing and I've repented.
Yes.
You have to repent, you have to say, and you've got to be sincere.
Yeah.
You've got to say, oh God, forgive me.
Yeah.
You know, if you've wronged a few people, go up and say, look, bro, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Anything you need, I'm here for you.
Yes.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that.
And when you can do that, you acknowledge that because that's growth within yourself.
That's a man, brother.
It's a man.
That's a man, brother.
Fred, I want to speak about you've got a burger shop.
Moolicious.
Moolicious, mate. Let's
You got to come down, bro.
I'm coming down, brother. You tell me, mate. If I'm invited,
You're
I'm there.
invited, bro.
I'll be there. Let's talk about Moolicious. So whereabouts is it based?
Sylvania, 26 Princess Highway, Sylvania.
Yeah, and what's the favourite thing on the menu? What's your best thing?
New York.
The New York burger.
My double Angus brisket burger.
Yeah,
It's the whole country's talking about. People coming in from all different states.
You know, and I've heard this from a lot of people as well. You know, so I can promise you, mate, hand on my heart,
Yeah.
I'll be down there soon.
This is my fourth chop. So I've been in the food game for about 18 years.
Yeah, yeah. So for anyone that's at home, look, if you're not following Fred, I want you to give Fred a follow. If you've never been down to Moolicious, I want you to get down there as well. Fred, I want to finish with this final question. If you could give some advice to your younger self, what advice would you give to young Fred?
Stay away from crime and gangs. And work legit. Look after your parents, look after your family, look after your loved ones, and look after yourself.
That's so true. Because a lot of the time, Fred, we can try to look after everyone else, but
Yeah.
when we do that, we actually take away from looking after ourselves.
Because some people mix up success with success.
Yes.
Like some people, I want to be successful. But what is success?
Yeah.
Being a billionaire doesn't mean it's success.
Yeah.
You need to be happy. You need to be on the right path, spreading a good message, working legit,
Yes.
not doing crime. You know, that's success, bro.
And
And for me, getting up, praying, going to work, being a role model for the youth to change their life. Like, look, for example, I got my burger shop now.
yeah.
Like, if anyone can open up a small business and start somewhere small,
Yes.
tell your loved ones, like, I need support, I need help, I want to start this,
Yeah.
They might not think it's a good idea, but like even with Bill from Asai Underworld, now he's probably the biggest name in Asai in Australia.
Yeah.
And when you go there, you see the way they serve the customers, the way, like, if Bill can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. And there's a lot of other food shops, other businesses people are doing that come from that life. And you know what? If you fall, get back up.
Yeah.
You're a fighter.
Yes.
Get back up, brother.
Yes.
I got knocked down again. So what? Get back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I dropped again. So what, brother? Get back up. That's when you know you're a man. And it's not about falling. It's about getting back up.
Get knocked down 9 times, get back up.
Get back
10.
up, brother.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And what I love about you is I want to say this, is that you've got your shop, Bill's got his shop, but you still are there for other businesses as well.
Bro, I go out and do food reviews for other people and I promote them on my social media.
You do.
I used to do heaps of them for nothing.
Yeah.
Just for the love of those people that have changed their life around. And they're starting out new and they're young, and I'd go support them.
Yeah.
And I'll tell them, you're doing a good thing. I'm here to do you a shout out. Oh, seriously, how much are you? I'm like, nothing. But now, obviously, people are paying me,
But,
I'm getting paid for it now. So I need to support my family. It's away from my family, away from work. So, I love it.
Well, you know what we got to do, mate? We got to go and do a food review together.
That's it.
All right. Look, I just want to say, I truly respect you so much, my brother.
Thanks, bro.
And I know, Fred, that a lot of everyone watching this
Yeah.
would have as well, because you know what? No one's life is perfect. I always use the example, not everyone gets out of the shower to do a piss, no matter how perfect you are.
That's it.
You've been through your story, you've been just real raw, shed tears, and you've spoken from the heart, and the real ones do, my brother, and I love you, my brother.
That's it. Stay true, stay you.
Thank you so much. So for everyone at home, I know for a fact, I'm not going to say I hope you enjoyed this, because I know for a fact you would have enjoyed this episode. Fred, once again, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome,
coming
mate,
on.
anytime.
Life's a fight. Nothing but love, my brother.
That's it.